to bring up here someone who spent 27 years in the CIA and gave presidential daily briefs and received the top honors from the CIA and gave them back in protest of torture. A leader in this movement for peace and justice who, among all the speakers here today, like everyone here today, has never been invited to speak at the Miller Center at the University of Virginia. Too good for that place. Please welcome Ray McGovern.
I had the pleasure of having breakfast with my granddaughter who lives here in Charlottesville. She's in 11th grader, and she showed me her history text. It's a really interesting history text, and because it pertains directly to what we're about today and to our sainted Mr. Jefferson. It's titled "The American Political Tradition and the Men Who Made It." It discusses the basic assumptions behind American ideals and American politics. It is, in other words, what I was taught so many years ago. What the author is most clear about is the influence of Mr. Jefferson on other American politicians and statesmen. For example, although he could not claim to be a Virginian like most of us, Mr. Lincoln was one of those people intimately and very, very drastically affected by Mr. Jefferson. Lincoln called Jefferson the most distinguished politician of our history. Now, what's under fire here are the principles that Jefferson and Lincoln declared and fought for. In Lincoln's eyes, the Declaration of Independence was what it had been to Jefferson, not merely a formal theory, but an instrument of democracy, freedom, and individual rights. And now we have lived through the dim days of John Hugh and other usurpers of this ideal, those smart faux lawyers who have other theories akin to those of King George III of Britain. Now, there's a tendency on our part to be dispirited. That is so contrary to the ethos of Mr. Jefferson and Mr. Lincoln that we need to be on guard about that. Through all of Jefferson's work, there runs a fresh underground stream of deep conviction that all will turn out well, that life will somehow assert itself, like streams of living water. Though widely read, I'm not sure that Mr. Jefferson included Julian of Norwich on his reading list. This 14th century English mystic said, "All shall be well, all manner of things shall be well." To Jefferson, no defeat could be more than a temporary interruption in the smooth flow of things toward the good. And as he approached his own end, Jefferson said, quote, "I shall not die without the hope that light and liberty are on a steady advance." Now, the name of the book, the textbook again, was "The American Political Tradition and the Men Who Made It." Today, right across the street here, we have one of the many men who is pledged to unmake it, to unmake our traditions, to unmake our Constitution, to unmake centuries of common law, starting with the Magna Carta. So it's up to us Virginians, and non-Virginians as well, and people of all common sense, common heirs to Mr. Jefferson's ideals and his courage, to confront those who would reimpose all-powerful theories about the unitary executive, with power to torture included, that are espoused by people like John Hugh. So it's up to us to keep hope alive, to really believe that all will be well, all manner of things shall be well, in the tradition of not only Julian of Norwich, but in the tradition of Mr. Jefferson of this grounds. Thank you very much.
Ray McGovern.
All right, Ray. Yay.